underdogs to favorites, we break it down. Empty Field Podcast, the talk of the town. Empty Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. Interviews with stars, we're bringing the heat. Sports news and odds talk that can't be beat.
Welcome to another episode of the Empty Field Podcast. My name is Matthew Hansen, and today I have the wide receiver from the Kansas City Glory, number 20, Vikki Donetz. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. First off, tell us about yourself.
Well, I live in Kansas City. I went to Washburn University for undergrad. I went to Oklahoma State for my graduate studies, and I actually do pharmaceutical research. So that's my by day trade, and then by evening, I played rugby. I have a 6 years background in rugby. That's kind of what led me to football. I also play flag football, and then of course tackle football with the Glory.
Awesome. Well, we're going to start at the very beginning here. Growing up in Kansas, what did sports mean to you?
It meant everything, especially in a small town. My class was about 56 people, so my school was about 200 people. And in that small town, there's literally nothing to do. So sports meant taking up my free time, actually doing something that was productive. It meant spending time with my friends, because in a small school, everybody had to play the sport in order for the sport to be even a thing. So I got to hang out with my friends, and I just fell in love with being a part of a team, and I gained so much from being a part of sports and learning how to be a part of a team, and I just carried that through the college and even into my adult life. I can't not be a part of a team, clearly. But
Okay. Well, with you bringing up such a small class, I do have you beat. My graduating class was 28. So I think I got you beat there.
That's incredible.
Yes.
That's small.
With a small class, did that shape how your competitive mindset was?
Yes, it really did, because I love where I'm from, but there wasn't a whole bunch of competition that you see like in cities and the bigger school systems and everything. So it was, once I kind of was excelling at things and I was at the top, it pushed me even more, made me more competitive, because it was like, oh, I'm up here, like I got to stay up here. I don't know how that would have been like my competitive side in a bigger school where there would have been like some hard competition. I would have had to really work hard in order to be at the top, harder than I did at my small school. So I don't know how that would have shaped me, because I liked staying at the top. So I would push myself. I got to the top and I wanted to stay there. And so that really gave me a competitive edge in everything that I do.
Okay. You brought up rugby. I know we talked prior. You brought up cross country, basketball, track, dance, cheer. I may have missed one there, but with being a multi-sport player, what did that teach you?
That I cannot say enough about how important it is for athletes to be multi-sport athletes, especially when they're younger. And there's tons of studies on why kids should not specialize in sports and they should play all sorts of sports. It taught me a lot in like dance, body control, basketball, quick cutting, fast moves, ball handling skills, track, fast, speed, cross country, endurance, mental toughness, really. Each sport taught me something different, and I didn't specialize in anything in high school. Like I said, I just had to play a sport in order for there to be a team. And so when I got to college, I didn't have any sport offers. So I didn't have any, I didn't go to college for a sport, but I wouldn't trade that for the world, because rugby and football, it's like all those sports combined. So all my experience, just like dabbling here and there in all those sports, it really helped make me a better athlete today, so that I can excel at rugby. I can excel at football. So I could not preach more. Now I could go on for hours about that.
Stop. Before we continue this episode here, are you staying hydrated? No. Have you tried Hydrofy? Man, it's not just flavored water. It's clean hydration with electrolytes that actually work. No sugar crash, no junk ingredients. Pretty simple. Hydrofy keeps you sharp and fueled for the day. I use it because, man, it's simple, effective, and it just tastes real good. Hydrate smarter, hydrate better. That's Hydrofy. Use promo code MTF to get 10% off your order. Just say, hey, Matt from the Empty Field podcast sent you. So then what got you into rugby?
Rugby, so I started that my freshman year of college. Again, I didn't go to college for sport, but I played basketball, and my nickname on the radio for basketball games was Scrappy because I would always foul out. The game was on the line and we needed to pull some fouls. Like I just literally, they like, go foul, do your thing. It was an accomplishment for me to not foul out of the game. So I was a pretty aggressive athlete. When I got to college, they had like a little welcome event. There was tables on what clubs the college had to offer and everything. And there was a rugby table, and there technically wasn't a women's rugby team yet at Washburn, but there was one girl that like practiced with the boys, and then whenever they would go to a game or tournament, she would jump on with other women's teams. So I was like, I've never played rugby before, but I mean, it's been one summer and I haven't played a sport because I just graduated and it's killing me. Like I feel like I'm losing my identity here by just doing nothing. And so I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. And she was like, yeah, if you don't like it, you don't have to come back. I was like, good deal. You know what? That's a good deal. Something I can try, and there's no pressure. Like you have to be at practice every single day because I still had school to worry about, college. And so I was like, you know what? I get to play sports. I get to focus on school. Very low pressure situation. Everybody that's joining the team is brand new. They've never played rugby in their life either. So we're all learning this together. Like there's no pressure. And really, I just was using it to take steam off of life, off of school stress, off of work stress, all of it. And so I would just go to practices, like we had twice a week. We would go play with other teams like KU and K-State or Wichita Valkyries. So it wasn't like an actual like NCAA regulated. It was a club thing. And I don't know. Rugby culture is amazing. The community is amazing. I absolutely fell in love with it. Like I said, I wouldn't change anything because it brought me to rugby, and rugby's literally like my favorite sport. And so it's yeah, I was blessed. It was a blessing in disguise. I was sad that I didn't get any college offers, but it was a blessing in disguise.
Awesome. Now, talk us through the roundabout way you ended up at the KC Glory.
So playing rugby, so I played in college, and then after college, I joined the Kansas City Jazz, and it's a club team up here in Kansas City. Played for 2 years, and out of nowhere, I saw this Kansas City Glory Instagram follow me, and I was like, "What is this? Like, what's this about?" And so I just go on full deep dive. I'm like, "There's no way." I was like, "I didn't know that there was a professional like women's tackle football." I actually had played in one football game, and it was for Casey Storm, which I don't even think they're a thing anymore. And it was because they needed girls, so they reached out to the rugby team and like, "Hey, we just need some girls for this game. Anybody?" And me and one other girl like, "Oh, let's try it." And like, so I played in a football game before, had no idea that there was professional tackle even in the city. So I was like, "Oh, this is like so cool. Like I would love to try out for this." So it was already like in the back of my mind, like there's this team in professional sports, something I've never even dreamt that was possible for me, playing a professional sport, having not even played sports in college. So that's in the back of my mind. I'm playing rugby. I'm getting tackled pretty easy. I'm like, I need to put on some weight. So I did. was great. Not getting tackled is easy, but then I got slower. And that was like the one thing that I had on people was my speed. That was like one thing I could really provide to the team is my speed. And so I was like, well, I can't let this happen. I'm like, I got to figure out how to get faster. And so I found a personal trainer. His name's Avery. Got to give him a shout out because he's the one that introduced me to flag football. And I mean, it's changed my life. And not just like playing flag football, but I found the glory. That's where I met my boyfriend. Like, it really, just set me on a different path, and it's been nothing but great since. And so I found him. He helped me get my speed up, which he's a phenomenal coach. Like, fastest I'd ever been in my life at 24 years old, faster than I'd ever been in high school. Like, he really knew he really knows what he's doing and how to make somebody a powerful athlete. And so he's like, hey, I have this league that I play in. We play co-ed flag football. We need some girls, it's on Sundays. It'd be good work for you. We're trying to get your speed up, and, sprinting's a part of getting your speed up. I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't have anything on Sundays. That sounds pretty fun. And so I joined, started playing co-ed. There wasn't really a women's league because it's hard to get a women's league of anything, especially in semi-contact sports for sure, even like semi-contact with flag football. So it's just co-ed, just a few girls, mostly guys. And then during the summer, the Glory in their off season put in a flag team into the league that we played in. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've heard about these guys. I'm like, actually, I follow him on Instagram. Like, this is so cool, like a professional, football team playing in my little flag league. And so we were playing against them, and like, hey, you should try out for the team. I was like, really? I was like, me? I'm like, are you sure? And like, well, yeah, you got hands. I hear you play rugby, so you know how to tackle. And I was like, I mean, I'd love to, but like, again, it's professional sport, right? Like, I've only ever played club sports. I didn't play anything in college. So I was like, okay, sure, I'm down. I'm like, but I don't want to give up rugby. And like, oh no, that's okay. We understand. And so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm in. And so I go to tryouts. Actually, I had tryouts after a rugby game. I just played a full rugby game, and then I went to tryout. But again, I'm telling you, Avery is like, he's a great coach. I was in shape. I was the best shape of my life, fastest I'd ever been. And I had the fastest 40, and I mean, yeah, you're on the team. So that's how I joined. In the really roundabout way, how I found them, even though I kind of knew who they were, then life led me to the team too. So I think it's really cool.
Awesome. This is technically your rookie season for the Glory, correct?
Yes.
What's going to go through your mind when you step on the field for the first time on March 28th?
Well, so this saying technically my rookie season, this is the first time I've been registered with the WNFC and the first time I'll step on the field for the WNFC. I've been with the Glory. This will be my third year, actually. So my first year, before preseason really even started, I tore my ACL and completely ruptured it. Had to have a reconstruction. That was 11 months of my life of rehabbing, getting back in. After like I said, I'd just been in the best shape of my life. And so that was a dark and windy road of trying to get back and trying to convince myself I can still do it. So then I come back and I tear my meniscus.
Oh,
And of course, it wasn't like a simple tear where it's just a couple months off. No, it's a complex bucket handle tear, complete repair. I was out for another 8 months. I didn't get cleared until October of 2025. So this season means a lot to me. This is going to be like 3 seasons in one. I've been doing the mental reps. I've been preparing my body, especially because it was the same knee that I tore my meniscus. So really prepping that leg to be strong, and so that's the last injury it ever has. So I have a lot on myself, like writing on myself, just from my own mind for that first time that I step on the field, because I've been waiting for this. It's been a long time coming. And also in the midst of those injuries and everything, my mom, who was so excited for me to like just play football, because she when I grew up playing soccer. When we moved to our small town, there was no soccer. And so she always said, "Oh, you should be on the football team. You should be the kicker on the football team." She would always say that. I was like, "No, Mom, girls can't be on the football team. Like I'd be a laughing stock, like that's just not like socially approved. Like especially in my small school. Like knowing what I know now, I wish I did. I wish I would have joined the team and been somebody to trailblaze that for other girls that would want to do that as well." But that was high school me. Shy me. I was really shy in high school. I was actually kind of shy and nerdy in high school. And so, and I just played my sports, to take up my time. So that was me in high school. I was like, I would never do that. I mean, now me, I would absolutely do that. But, she was really excited when I tried out, had a great 40, had a great tryout. Even after that rugby game, she was telling all her friends. She was so excited. But sadly, that April, she passed away. And so that's another thing. I wish I would have gotten to play for when she could see me. I know that she will be able to, but that's another thing I have on my shoulders where I'm trying to, like, this is for her and all the support she always gave me, telling me I could do anything that I wanted. Even if I would have said, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll go try out for the kicker on the football team in high school," she would have fully supported that. She wouldn't have been like, "Oh no, you're a girl, you can't play football with guys." She would have been all for it. So that's what March 28th means to me. It means a lot.
So, what are you doing to protect that leg?
Lots of strength training. I had a great physical therapist this last round for meniscus who really helped me get my muscle mass up. And I've been really excited just from that because it's made me a lot stronger in my legs. And as soon as I was able to strength train, my speed just started coming back. That's the part I was really scared of. I was really scared of losing that speed that I worked so hard to gain. Also, just taking care of my body. So originally when I was talking to the coaches and I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not going to give up rugby." And like, "Oh no, it's okay." Well, I kind of had to come to the realization I'm not 18 years old anymore and I can't just push my body like that. So taking it one sport at a time now. I'm doing football now. I'll go to rugby once we're in the off season. I won't do both. Again, just taking care of my body, stretching, resting when I should, eating well, icing, red light therapy, really really taking care of myself. I'm not putting that on the back burner anymore. If I'm feeling sore and everything, I'm not going to push through it. That's really just been my plan because there's no guarantee that is another injury isn't going to happen. I mean, it's a contact sport, but I just want to make sure my body is prepared and as strong as possible so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. How important is the visibility and media coverage for women's professional sport?
Massive. Massive. I mean, you can see with the growth that it's had in the WNBA. Even we're talking about rugby. Alana Meyer really, really did something for women's rugby because she was already TikTok famous. She was already Instagram famous, and everybody loved her. She loved her personality, and then she shows off her rugby stuff, and that just really boosted the sport in general. Because if you talk to anybody about women's rugby, "Oh, I don't know much, but I know Alana Meyer." And because of her, I've been watching tons of people that we had a USA versus Canada rugby game here in Kansas City last May. And I had so many people "Oh, I don't even know rugby is or how to play or anything, but I'm going to go watch because I know Lana's going to be there." The stadium sold out. At that point, we set a record for the most attendance in women's rugby for the U.S. women's team. And that's because of social medias and people really using that to their advantage to get awareness and exposure out there of their sports. And women are honestly the prime candidates for that because we will do absolutely anything to gain exposure, even if that means boosting these, like doing dances and stuff on social media. You don't see men doing that very often because they already have exposure for this sport, but that's really what's helped us for women's sports and gaining exposure in rugby, in the WNBA, in the softball league. Really, in the WNFC, they really push that. We want people to have like a following and boost the WNFC so we can get our name out there because, still, we are on our 6th or 7th year of the WNFC, and not a lot of people even know that it exists. Not just the league, but professional women's tackle in general. So it's
Yeah.
huge. It is huge for women's sports and sports in general. You can do it, but like women's sports in general because of just not having the knowledge that those sports are around. People already know like, oh, men play sports, any sport that they want to play, they got it, They don't know that they offer that for women as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing I like with my show. It's a platform for anybody to get out there. It could be a fighter. It could be a Christian rapper. It could be a female player of any sport. Just the platform.
yeah, and that's exactly like who we appreciate, like people that are wanting to help us get our name out there. We need the help, especially people starting off in the league or that don't have tons of followers and everything. It's people like you that are like reaching out like, hey, I want to help you guys. I want to help you get viewership. I want to help you get exposure. Because other than that, it's kind of hard for us to reach out to those like people like podcasters and everything like, hey, here's an idea, like how often is that gonna go through? It's when people reach out to us and they're excited about it. We're like, oh yes, finally a partnership like we can really get behind that's gonna help us. So we appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy doing it. All right, here's the rapid fire. First thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Rugby hit or a football hit?
Ooh. Like which one would I rather take?
Yup.
Rugby hit. Rugby hit.
Why is that?
It's a low tackle because there's high tackle calls, right? So I know it's gonna be easier to land, and football that it's more explosive because we get to stop, reset, and continue. Rugby is like a soccer game. You got to go, 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 go. Unless you're in phenomenal shape and you're in the 80th minute and you can still make a tackle with all your power, kudos to you. But people slow down by the end of the rugby game. So it's not as hard. You just like, I'll accept your tackle. Let me just lay down real quick. So
Small town or big city?
small town growing up, but I love Kansas City. I love Kansas City. Like I love living here now, but small town.
Okay. Practice grind or game day energy?
I like to bring game day energy to practice. I like to hype everybody up and get the energy flowing at practice so that it's just standard, especially when it comes to game, then it's 10 times more if that's even possible. And it's really go time. So both that at
Okay.
practice.
Loud crowd where you can't hear anything or a silent one and you can hear everything?
No, loud. Loud.
One word to describe your journey.
Resilience.
One word to describe you.
Can I say, it's not like a bad word, but can I say a bad word?
Go for it.
Badass.
Perfect. All right. Now, my favorite question I've asked people, because it gets a little self-reflection. What would you tell 10-year-old Vikki? if you had a chance to tell her something?
Oh, that is a great question. I would tell her to don't worry about what other people think, to use my voice, stop being quiet, don't stop being shy, be loud, and stand up for what you believe in loudly, loudly. So that's the most important thing is staying true to yourself.
Awesome. Any special shout outs that you want to give?
Yes. In my imaginary list that's in my head because I have actually was hoping you would ask this because I do have a lot of people to thank to be here today and pursuing dreams I didn't even know that were possible for me. So big shout out to my sisters who have been there for me so hard and in every way possible on this football journey. With the way that, we're new professional sport, and so we're not quite on the getting paid as an athlete road yet. I say yet because we will eventually get there. I know we will. My and I rely on sponsors to be able to play for the season. My sisters helped me kind of make a deal for people to sponsor me or to donate to my team, my player fees. They kind of made these little fan bags to help hand out to people to kind of incentivize, hey, donate to my sister's football and you get this cute little glory keychain. My sister, she does 3D printing, so she like get this little football
Ooh.
guy. Like just made it like something, it was so cute and it was all on their own accord, like, oh, we want to do this for you. And it took a lot of time and materials, and I couldn't thank them enough for doing that for me because my mom would be so proud. My mom would be so happy to see us doing that now, and especially in our 20s. Huge shout out to those, speaking of that, all of those that donated to my player fees. Been a huge stress off my shoulders to focus on the grind, focus on plays, focus on practice, meetings, not have to worry about I need to get in some work hours so I can be able to pay my player fees. And with that said, I have a sponsor this season, Carlbaum Dental, my dentist.
Ooh.
So yes, and also I play flag with him too. So that was really great ways of supporting teammate and client. So I appreciate them for their generous donation. My nieces, I love them. My boyfriend, he's, fantastic. Really, especially days that are really like busy with the football. And I'm like, hey, I have football. And he's like, oh, it's okay. Like you do your thing. I believe in you. Chase your dreams. My best friend and my pseudo mom. Like that's my team right there in my everyday life. And I couldn't be where I am without them.
Perfect. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Instagram, Vikki, VIKKI _ Donetz, DONETZ. And then Facebook, I think it's just Vikki Donetz. And that's all I got, Gotta slowing down on the social stuff. I'm getting old.
Well, Vikki, I appreciate you stopping by, talking to us about your journey to the field, overcoming those injuries, and your excitement and motivation for your quote rookie season.
What rookie season? Yeah, so I like to say technically rookie season, but I've been around. I've seen what I can offer, and that's why I'm really excited to be able to play this season and see that firsthand.
Awesome. Again, I appreciate you stopping by.
Of course, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Women's sports appreciates you. Glory appreciates you. Thank you for what you do. So,
Thank you.
of course.
Fans of One Team Media Production, do you guys drink coffee? Sure you do. I, myself, drink quite a bit of coffee, so I always turn to a Fuera coffee for my go-to. It's smooth, it's bold, it's not too heavy. Perfect for that early morning or when you just need to lock in for the day. The best part is, at every purchase, 5% goes back to the great outdoors. Get a bag like this. I get two myself. Use promo code MTF and you get 15% off your order. Guys, what's not to love about coffee, free money, and deliciousness of Fuera coffee.
Yeah, MT Field, where the action's real. Sports news and odds, that's our deal. From underdogs to favorites, we break it down. MT Field podcast, the talk of the town. MT Field.